up? So we're going to kind of try to do a little bit of Q&A here because I was reading through comments and there's been a lot of things that just don't make sense. And then there's other people that agree with it. And I'm like, nothing this person said makes sense. So let's get a couple more people in here and start the show, I guess. What's up? Who's all in here? Who is all in here? See if the comments. There we go. What's up? I see some people got that notification bell on. You guys are going to love tomorrow's video. I'm telling you what. I got to start editing it here soon. Dude, tomorrow's video you guys are not going to want to miss. Oh, I'm super excited for it. What's up? Yeah. So the reason I'm doing this live is because like there's been people that can't really understand. You got to do what makes sense, and there's people that just don't understand that. So I want to go over the whole reason why I'm pretty much going back to power only, and people seem to think it's permanent. Oh, and for some reason I'm getting a phone call. Ugh, I'll call him back. Let me see. Call you back. There we go. All right, everybody there? We still live? Yeah, I got that bell. All right, so I told you guys I bought a trailer, or I tried to buy a trailer down in Florida, right? I bought a 53-foot, well, it wasn't 50. I think it was like 50 feet. 50-foot trailer, tri-axle. The guy removed an axle, whatever. And when I go to finally buy it, I'm like, hey, I can send you money. And he's like, okay, we'll do a bill of sale. And this guy didn't have a title. And he's like, yeah, we'll just have to do a bill of sale. And I'm like, I get that other people do that. I'm not going to do that. So I had a trailer lined up. And then I said, yeah, in today's video, hey, I'm going to go back to power only. And I have a few decent reasons as to why I'm going to go back to power only. But I'm still going to be buying trailers. I'm still buying trailers to grow the business, to let other people use my trailers, and that's basically. But why am I going back to power only now? Is so with YouTube doing a little bit better, I want to try to be home every day, and I want to try to get back into doing cooler loads. But I could do that with my 3-car wet or my 3-car Kaufman. But one thing is, I got in trouble with 3-car Kaufman down in, and I wouldn't say it was too much trouble, but I had a DOT officer complain that my trailer is registered to another company. Now, I bought this as a personal deal. I've already paid like $5,500 on the trailer, so I still owe $4,500, which I'm paying $1,000 a month. So it'll be paid off in about 4.5 months. The problem is I'm running a 3-car Kaufman right now, and that trailer is under somebody else's name, under somebody else's business. It's registered to them. So if I keep running that trailer, I had an issue with a DOT officer down in North Carolina. He let me go, but PA cops are not as nice. So I figured, you know what? While I'm paying off this trailer, let's go back to power only. I got a new company that I'm leasing under out in Indiana, and I want to ultimately try to see if I can be home every day or every other day and try to run, whatever loads there are here and there and see if that's feasible. Just trying new things. I want to try to give people an aspect of the home every day type thing if possible, because there's been a lot of guys that say, hey, can I do Hotshot, but I have 5 kids or so. And it's like, do you really want to get into this industry? So that's why basically the past couple weeks I spent getting the truck done. But basically I ran Hotshot all year, and it's just nice being home and actually being able to relax and being home every day. It's kind of neat having the supplementary income, and I get to wrench. That's what I want to do. But maybe we'll do a video at some point. But yeah, so found another company a little bit closer to me, and things make sense. That's why I went with them. So I'll be meeting up with them next week. I'm not going to go over like a huge thing about like why I quit or like switching companies or whatnot, because that's not like, I'm not saying anything bad about anybody in general. Just it made sense for the situation. I found a company that is a little bit for my situation, should be a little bit better just because I'm closer to them, and it's actually like so much closer that it works. Yeah. So got to pick loads carefully, and there's more deadhead, and I'm fine with that, especially having YouTube as a supplementary income. I don't need to make $1 million doing trucking. So it's like, I'm just going to try basically to do what I enjoy, but I still want to keep buying trailers and leasing them out. Now, obviously, the 2020 Kaufman that I have now, that trailer's not going anywhere. I have had so many people offer me money for that trailer. Like, hey, you selling it? No, absolutely not. I will never sell that trailer. And I'm going to keep buying trailers. So when I go get my own authority, I'm going to lease out trailers, and that's basically what I'm doing. The that trailer that was a wedge that I was trying to buy, I was actually going to lease that to my brother. But I think we're both going to end up going into power only and basically seeing how that's going to be. But I want to get my Kaufman paid off before I run it again because it's not in my name. It's in somebody else's name. And it's just, ultimately, it's really weird. DOT officer sees that and then they're like, oh, well, then they see there's, an engine swap and they see you're running paper logs and they see like all this other stuff and they're like, oh, it's a dually swap truck. And then, then they start digging and it's like, I haven't had an issue yet, but I want to avoid issues. So a smart business decision, I would say, would be to run that after it's paid off and it's registered to me. So not to mention, by the time it's paid off, I should have my CDLA by that point, and I can run my white truck, which won't be done yet. I probably won't have that one done for a while. But yeah, so it'll be a CDL combination. So between my 2500 and my 3500, the 3500 will be 31.5 on the GCWR, and the 2500 will be 30,000 on the GCWR. So pretty much that's the whole scoop there as to why I'm going back to power only. So for the guys in here, I'm pretty sure to everybody here that makes sense, and there's definitely no flip-flopping or whatnot. I've pretty much remained consistent the entire time I've gone through, but the people who say we're not, yeah, so they don't care about the modifications to the truck. The thing is, when you show them, hey, my trailer's not registered to me, and then you say, hey, I'm running paper logs because I have an engine swap, and then I say, hey, I have a dually conversion on my truck as well, that's why my rear axle rating's higher, and then, hey, this, and then you just keep going on and on. Hey, my truck documents are electronic, my trailer documents are here in paper. I'm trying to get everything consistent, which is another reason I want to run the 3500 as well, because it'll be a 3500 and the only modification done to that truck will be the 12-valve swap. Whereas with the Frankenstein, my black truck, that thing's all over the place. So has a DOT officer ever given me an issue with it? No. Will they give me an issue with it? I don't know, but I don't want to find out either. So I'm trying to, do what makes sense. Let's see. I'm trying to do power only with my 2000 Silverado chassis cab, and I can't find a company that allows an older truck. So with that comment, if you want to try the Facebook groups, or if you have your CDL, towpiglet.com/connections, I think he still has that up on his website. Actually, I'm going to look now. Let's see. towpiglet.com/connections. Let's see if that page still exists, because I don't want to. No, so that page does not exist. towpiglet.com, unless he's updating. Okay, so there should be towpiglet.com and then jobs. Ah, I see. Okay. So, okay, everything's changed. So yeah, if you go onto towpiglet.com, you should be able to find it used to be towpiglet.com/connections. If you have your CDL, companies used to reach out to you and would be interested in leasing you on. So besides that, or the Facebook groups on Facebook, which only use the Facebook groups to get a company and then get out, because Facebook groups are horrible. I hate them. The drama is crazy. So power only is just basically you take a truck and you run anything. So somebody has a camper, a boat, an RV, a flatbed trailer, basically anything that you can haul with just a truck, you don't own a trailer. Let me see. Okay. Understandable. I mean, PA state troopers don't like my Slam Civic. Yeah. PA staties are definitely not the most fun to deal with. Wave Express goes to 05. Yeah. So exactly. And that's why it makes sense. Tie up the loose ends, get my stuff paid off, and then I'll go back to car hauling. Because I'm going to tell you what, car hauling makes really good money if you're not going to run the Florida route. Like, because I make good money going down, but then I want to come home. So that's why I was running it the way I was running it. But if you want to make good money, there's nothing wrong with car hauling. It's simplicity. You can pretty much pick up whenever you want. And I will be going back to car hauling. But for now, I'm going to stick with power only till my stuff's paid off and it's in my name. Then I don't have to worry about DOT hassling me about it. And that's ultimately the reason why I'm doing that. Yeah. Actually, even Humble Hotshot, he has his CDL too, and it's like he prefers to run non-CDL. I will absolutely be running CDL. I will be running a trailer. I will be running all of that. It will happen. It's just right now, as time goes on, you got to do what makes sense each month. I have many different options open to me all the time. So if I'm doing power only one month or I'm doing car hauling another month, you can't like it, you do what makes sense for that month is what I'm trying to say. Oh man. There he is, Humble Hotshot. So you said you just shot a video power only versus trailer right before I saw your upload. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I loved hauling the trailer, but like you said, it does make sense. Um Dave's another reason why I kind of considered going back to power only because I was like, man, I do kind of miss it, but at the same time, it's like I want to try that home every day thing. Home tomorrow. See, Dave, I post every day at noon, so you need to pick a time where you can post every day so our uploads don't clash. Like I'll upload at noon. You should upload like at 3 o'clock every day. What's up, Andrew? Aha. All right. So good question. If you were hauling a trailer for someone like another hotshot trailer as your cargo, how does that work with needing DOT inspections, GVWR of the trailer, etc.? So no matter what, if you're going to be a non-CDL and you're going to run power only, you have to register your truck at 26,000 if you're non-CDL, and if you are CDL, you register your truck basically whatever the max you're going to weigh is. So with my truck being a 9,000 GVWR, I can only haul a trailer up to 17,000 pounds. So if you're hauling somebody else's trailer as cargo, I don't know that you'll ever have an issue with it, but trailers are supposed to be inspected, registered, and insured anyway. So your trucking insurance will cover the camper or trailer that you're hauling. So, but they are still required to have their all their updated paperwork, unless you have a travel tag. I used to have one with the company I was leased under. Certain states don't recognize them. Idaho, for instance, even if you're running a transport tag, they'll still make you buy a temporary registration. Ooh, wanted to stretch my dually to make a 6-door Chevy with a 12 valve. They probably won't like me either. That would be awesome. Sweet. Good luck, Dave. Stay safe out there. Do you have any problems when you put your 12 valve back in your black truck, or did you get an engine and transmit? Wait. What do you mean? Because when I bought when I had the black truck and I did the 12 valve swap, I think it took me like 2 days to swap the engine in, and yeah, I never swapped the tranny back then, so I never had any. Justin, how do you tell what transmission you have in your truck? 98 Dodge 3500 Magnum. So if it has 5 speeds, generally it's the NV 4500. I'm not sure of all the gas transmissions. I don't know. I think they still use the manual as well. If it has 5 speeds, it was NV 4500. If it's a 6 speed and reverse is over by fifth, it was an NV 5600. And if reverse is down by second, it's a G56. But those are the only ones I know. Yeah, power only, basically you just supply the pickup truck. You haul other people's trailers. That's what power only is. It's like basically with a semi. If you ever see a semi and you own just the truck and they're hauling, what do you call it, the dry vans, and they're hauling somebody else's dry van, that's what power only is. They're hauling somebody else's trailer. Yeah, I do plan on building. I don't know if I'm going to do a fleet of my own trucks and trailers, but I definitely will be having my own trailers. And I will have a second truck now, which I do plan on. Once that one's built, then I'll get another truck. Just because, like, also on the side of YouTube, like, me building these trucks gives content, and people have been enjoying a lot of the building videos that I've been doing lately. My views and ad revenue has gone so far up that it's like, wow, I actually get to do what I enjoy now, and I'm not struggling, forcing myself I have to drive all the time. So, absolutely love it. Yes. So I took the adapter plate from the common rail and put it on the 12 valve, and it all bolts right up. Yes. You can only use 6 of the 8 bolts on the adapter plate into the 12 valve, but I've been running it since 443,000, and I have a little over 104,000 on that right now, and it's been perfectly fine. The motor mounts, you'll have to make steel plates to move the motor mounts back on the 12 valve. So other than that, it works great. Okay, Cam, that is a really good question, and I want to answer this as kind of as thoroughly as I can. So, for a beginner that just loves to drive, 6+ years legal drive time, what is the cheapest, most reliable truck to go with if you're a heavy penny pincher? Just made a new account and now following you. Okay, so I love my third gens, but there's a right way and a wrong way to do this. So if you're going to take, obviously you want 4 doors so that you can at least sit reliably, or if you're going to be home every day, a single cab. But it has to be a two-wheel drive truck, and in my opinion, it has to be an NV 5600. If you do proper maintenance on these things, these transmissions will last you easily 500,000 miles. And then when you go to rebuild it, you can get a 1-year warranty or even 2-year warranty if you're lucky. But a 1-year warranty, it's $3,500 to rebuild the transmission, or you rebuild it yourself for $600. That's my logic. Then also a 12 valve in the third gen. I honestly think a two-wheel drive, whether you do a quad cab or a single cab, 12 valve, third gen, NV 5600. Now, if you don't want to swap a truck, ultimately, I think the cheapest route you could go. Now, I only know from the Dodges. I don't know how the Chevy and the Fords are, but V8 diesels, they are not cheap. Even the 7.3s can get a little expensive. If you want the cheapest, bare bones, penny pincher truck, I would probably say a second gen Dodge Ram, two-wheel drive, with a 12 valve, with your NV 4500 manual transmission. So I'm not a fan of the second gens too much. They do have their issues, but that is ultimately the cheapest, and you can run paper logs as well. That's if you're not going to swap it. So single cab, or you can do the extend cab. But those are the two penny pincher options. Everything else from there on gets expensive. The most expensive thing on my truck is my transmission. And now my turbo. I just put a $1,200 turbo on my truck for some reason. But man, you guys are going to love tomorrow's video. I got the VGT working on my 12 valve. Oh my goodness, that thing spools instantly. I think I was at like 1,500 RPMs, spooling like 15 pounds of boost. It's nuts. Oh man, power stroke. Um, yeah, the dually axles should bolt up. I know on the Dodges they all bolt up, but I'm pretty sure on a Ford you should be able to swap it. What's up, trucking up? 3,500 for an F250. That's not bad. We just sold an F250 7.3 not too long ago as a plow truck. I ended up deleting my Snap though. So does anybody know, is my Snapchat still up or is it gone? Please tell me it's gone. Please tell me that I can't send Snapchats to me anymore because I deleted it and then accidentally signed back in and then it signed me out and I'm like, I'm just gonna assume it's deleted. Hotshot part-time. Um, yes and no. Here's why no. If you're going to haul a trailer, your own trailer, insurance is going to be through the roof. The best way to do Hotshot part-time, and I honestly think the only way to do Hotshot part-time, is if you either have a towing company and your bills are being paid through that because you have to have your own authority anyway to leave state lines, or if you're only doing power only because power only insurance is so much cheaper. If you try to run like $2,000 insurance every month and you're trying to do this part-time, I definitely don't recommend it. Regular cab dually with a 12 valve. Yeah, then do the second gen if you don't want to swap it, and a third gen if you do want to swap one. But if you're doing a regular cab, then just go with a second gen. Because if you do a third gen, you're gonna spend extra money to swap that 12 valve. So 12 valve all the way. I know too many people that complain about 7.3s, and at the end of the day, they're still a V8 diesel, and they're electronic. So 12 valve all the way. I know too many people that complain about 7.3s, and at the end of the day, they're still a V8 diesel, and they're electronic. So 12 valve all the way. I know too many people that complain about 7.3s, and at the end of the day, they're still a V8 diesel, and they're electronic. That's why the 12 valve is ultimately a better engine. Straight six, simplicity, completely mechanical. You can run waste oil in it, which you can run waste oil in a 7.3 as well. But you can do so much more with a 12 valve simpler than you can with a 7.3. 7.3, you have computer issues sometimes. It's electronic. That's why I personally don't like the 7.3. Anytime, Dave. Appreciate you. Stay safe out there. Yeah. Insurance will be a deal breaker on part-time. Time to get more knowledge on these badges, diesels. Thanks. I'll make sure to keep your updates on bell ring. Ah, there you go. You actually have to go to the DMV and get your own temporary registration tag. You actually, basically, it's a transport tag, and it's a solid license plate, just like your regular one. You just put it on every one of them. What's up, Jeremy? On the Forge, they bowled up too. Good to know. Nice. I'll probably be hitting you up for questions on Instagram. Feel free to. Absolutely. That's what I use it for. Supposed to be going back out tomorrow to Indiana. I'm not sure yet. I'm trying to get that engine sold and out of here, and the CRV needs picked up as well. So we'll see. I'm going to talk to him tomorrow about getting a load out that way. So sometime this week, we will definitely be back, and you will be seeing new numbers on the truck. Did dual conversion this year on an 03. It is straight bolt on. Good to know. Yeah, you could do it outlaw on U-Ship. There is plenty of guys that do that. No, I don't do training or any of that stuff. Cause, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm no expert either. I learn every day just like everybody else. It's one of those you pretty much just have to get out there and do it. Cover your bases when you're, you know, picking up cars and whatnot. Make sure you get all the pictures and document everything. Yeah. Yeah, I was leased under RV Mafia LLC. He had his own authority and everything. He's got a bunch more drivers now, but they're just farther away. So the new company I found is a lot closer. They're only like 9 hours away. So that's what I power only with. 0459 manual NV 5600. Yep, mine's two-wheel drive now though. I do want to try a Ram 5500, a third gen Ram 5500 with a 12 valve. I kind of want to try one. Oof. Yeah, that's brutal. 55 mile an hour running into somebody. Oof. Hope you're okay. I hope everyone's okay after that one. That does not sound pleasant. Yeah, it's funny. I can 12 valve my swap, or I can 12 valve my truck and do the whole swap for cheaper than I can replace injectors on a common rail or on a 7.3. Love the video. Appreciate you, Cody. I will let everyone know what the company is after everything is finalized. I'm not giving out any information right now. Oh, for anybody that wants to know the reason I'm going back to power only, check in the beginning of this live stream. Yeah, I feel like I make it pretty simple. So let's see if we got any new comments coming in on the channel itself. Let's see. Yeah, there was someone that made a big deal about me going back to power only, and I'm like, I'm running a trailer that is in somebody else's name. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see. Crushed bumper, cracked hood, busted headlight. Oof. Walk us through the power only insurance setup and how it works. Oh, it's been a minute since I did it. I'm gonna have to. I'll have to get back to you on that one. I'll try to do a video on it. But let's see, just bought a 07 with the 5.9, planning a 12 valve swap when this motor goes. I prefer to 12 valve swap them before the motor goes because that's an engine you can get $5,000 for sometimes. Nope, still have the pinstripe. I'm probably just gonna keep this truck ugly, just because it bothers people. But no, I definitely want to do the body work at some point. Like once it gets a little warmer out, I think. But let's see, reading comments. Sorry, responding to comments. Where is... I love this laptop because you got the little emojis here. Let's see. All right. So let's see. Building a 03 F350 with a 9212 valve. That's a VE pump. I mean, I'd suggest the P pump, but the VEs I've heard they actually run a little bit smoother. I've just never gotten to drive one, so I'd be kind of curious on that. CDL test, I haven't scheduled it yet. Of course, I did just get the truck back up and running, but... So I'm going to go through a couple of these comments, and I'm going to call it quits for now. And I'll see you in tomorrow's video. But let me get through these comments for you guys. So I've never run a Cummins, so I have no opinion on that. Watch Steve deal with his, though. Yeah. So mine, like, you know, I could throw a crap load of money in mine and make it super reliable and never have to work on it. But it's like, I love working on stuff. I love wrenching. And it's ultimately experimenting. We're learning new things every day. So that's basically trying to learn things and enjoy life, you know? About to go to Florida. How's the rates down here? I know you travel that way. Oh, yeah. The rates coming back up. Absolute garbage. So you need you need to get a good rate going in. Yeah, I was really good at typing in school. When are you getting back on the road? Do you have a good dispatcher or dispatch yourself? It sucks finding one. Sometime this week I'm going out to Indiana to meet the new company owner. And they have a dispatcher, and I can also dispatch myself. 05 Cummins, what do you think about me putting a turbo on like you just installed in your truck? They're a pain. Watch tomorrow's video, and I built a VGT controller for it. It doesn't look the greatest, but it works so well. And I'm telling you what, it's going to make a lot of people mad because they're, oh my God, he built that. Yeah, it actually works. So it works very well. This thing spools like that. So wait till tomorrow. I'll show you that. And now, if you're going to buy the electronic kit and run coolant through it, then yes, I would recommend it absolutely. Yeah, with the P-pump. What's up? How do you get that jet sound from the turbo? It's a variable geometry turbo. So when you put it in exhaust brake, it just whistles like that. But like I said, wait till tomorrow's video, you guys. This thing whistles so much. It spools instantaneously. And at 15 PSI, I'm at like 1,500 RPMs. It'll spool 15 PSI, so it's great. What do you mean? So will tomorrow's video be specified on diet? That would be awesome. What do you mean? Do you think it's a good idea to get into this with a 2005 Chevy Duramax? I'm not sure. I don't have an opinion on them. No, so I'm gonna try to stay up home, and I want to be home. I want to be home every day, to be honest. But I'm going to try to stay, because the company I'm leasing under, they're going to be in Indiana. So I'm going to try to stay in between Indiana and home all the time. So when I leased under RV Mafia, we actually had a contract a while back when I started. I was able to run. I deadheaded to Indiana and came back to Maryland and back and forth. So it's like, that was only $2,400 a week, but I feel like I could do that and make even more money now. Yeah, the way that I built mine, I wouldn't recommend it because mine's only a prototype right now, that VGT controller. This is only step one. I want to get the principle down, realize it works, and then we'll start building a second one. So definitely not perfect yet, but it is, I'll tell you what, that spool is on point. Do I know any good dispatchers? The only way to get a good dispatcher is if you are leasing under one, or I think there was someone, I forget if Toe Piglet had any on his website that was reaching out to people. But no, I've only ever used dispatchers from my own company, but I prefer to dispatch myself a lot. Howdy, what's up? Yeah, so I'm gonna call this quits. Sorry for anybody who missed it. I don't want to spend too much time on here because I do. It's only 3:30 now, so I get to spend some time with the family. I got to edit tomorrow's video for you guys. I'm super excited about editing this one because I got the end of it. I'm really excited to put it up there. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, appreciate you guys for sticking around and actually the ones who actually know that this makes sense. Appreciate you guys. So. Planning on a compound VGT setup is practical for Hotshot. I'm not trying. Yeah, compounds are not practical for Hotshot. They make great power, but they also break things. So keep that in mind. So that'll be the last question I answer. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you in tomorrow's video. Go check out the video I dropped today with Humble Hotshot. Safe travels, everybody. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Like it before you leave. See ya.